Hey guys, it's me, Jen. I am here. It's been a hot minute since I played The Sims, and I'm just coming on here real quick because I wanted to share with you my private off-camera household. I've been playing with them and really enjoying them, and I'm a member of a couple of different Facebook groups about The Sims, and a lot of times people say like they're having a hard time coming up with storylines, and I'm really enjoying what's going on with this family, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. This is not going to be an LP. I really suck at LPs because I get excited starting them and then I just like fail. So I'm just going to tell you about this family and hopefully give you guys some ideas for your own gameplay. And let's begin. All right. So it all started out with this woman, Keisha Hayes. Keisha Hayes, her last name used to be Keisha Pierre, I don't know. So she started out as a pregnant woman, and I'm just going to go into this. Okay, there we go. That's a better example. Keisha was pregnant, and she was single, pregnant, soon to be mom, and she met Darian Hayes. They fell madly in love, and they got married, and she had these two boys, Kennedy and Lincoln. That's what she named them. And so their father was completely out of the picture. This guy, Darian, stepped in from the get-go and raised them and was a great stepdad. So this family was just living the high life. Everything was going great until one day when Daddy was at work, she decided to take the two boys to Sulani to visit some friends and visit the beach and just have like a day with her little twin boys. They were toddlers at the time. Well, while they were at the beach, she was taking pictures and stuff of them and just swimming around, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one of the boys gets taken away. Gets taken away by CPS because they claimed that he was neglected. So this little boy, Lincoln, was taken away at the time the boys were both toddlers. This was devastating, you guys. She was devastated. The husband was devastated. The brother was devastated. They were devastated. These people were beyond, like, devastated. And so they came home, and they were trying to put their lives back together. At the time, they did have a nanny. They were a wealthy family, and they lived in a nice house, and they had a nanny. And so that night, the mom went to bed. The little son that was left, Kennedy, went to bed, and then the father was, I don't know what he was doing. He was on the computer. I forget what his career was. They don't say here what it was, but he had a career at the time. He was on the computer. The nanny goes downstairs to start making food for the next day, breakfast, to put in the refrigerator for the next day. The kitchen catches on fire. You guys, this was the biggest fire I have seen in my life. It was everywhere. Like, I've seen some fires and they just usually get put out. This fire was insane. It spread like wildfire throughout the whole house. I don't have tons of pictures of it because I wasn't recording. This was just me playing by myself. And the whole kitchen went up in smoke. The family room went up in smoke. Well, I keep calling her the maid. The nanny died. The live-in nanny died. So they're already reeling from this tragedy, and now she died as well. So like they're all just emotional basket cases. The mom almost died. She was literally seconds away from dying, and then the father was able to extinguish the flames, and then he almost died, and then he was able to get out. So it was like such a big fire. Like they were literally trapped in the house for a little while. It was crazy. So then finally they are like starting to pull their lives back together. They moved out of the house because at this point, like the house, it was just bad memories. So they moved out of the house. They moved to, where did they move to? They moved to Brindleton Bay. They have a new house. They got a new nanny, and they're just trying to like get their lives together. They're trying to get accustomed to a new town and get back on track. So as things look like they're starting to settle down and get more calm, all of a sudden, on his way home from work, the father dies. He freezes to death. Freezes to death. So again, they're just literally getting over the grief from losing their brother and the nanny, and now the father dies on them. And guys, I did not do any of this. It just happened in the game. I just need to tell you, this was crazy. I was an emotional basket case playing this family. So basically, I'm sorry. Before the father died, they had twins. The two twins, oh, that's her husband. I apologize. The twins were Willow and Donovan. So these two, Darian and Keisha, had these two boys. One of them got taken away. Then they had twins. The twins were Willow and Donovan. So they're twins. They had new babies in the house. They're trying to get their lives back together again. They moved to Brindle Bay. They got a new nanny. They're trying to like still deal with the grief of losing the other nanny and their son. And then the dad dies. On the way home from work, he freezes to death. So that is just like the horrible, right? So finally, they're all miserable. Winterfest comes around, and the mom is trying to like rouse the kids and have a nice Winterfest and try to like deal with all this emotional trauma that these kids have gone through. And so she's lighting the Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree catches fire, you guys. Oh my God. It was just terrible. So like all that drama happened. These kids are all effed up from their childhood. So because of everything that this boy went through, Kennedy, he decided to go to university, and he was the eldest son. So he went to university, and when he went to university, he went in to study psychology. Studying psychology for him was, how can I say this? Studying psychology for him was challenging. He tried so hard. Like he just tried. This sim was barely like living his life. That he was studying so much, but he kept getting bad grades, D's and F's. And so like he kept trying to re-enroll, and he would get suspended and he'd re-enroll. And it was just like so much of his life was trying to get this degree in psychology. And eventually he just decided to just give up. I'll tell you why and what happened. So I'm going to go to this girl now so we can look at this. So Kennedy, while he was in college studying psychology, met Becca Peer. Well, she used to have a different name, but now her name is Peer. So he met Becca, and Becca she was there for like writing literature, something like that. That was her degree. So they were both in college together. They both went to Foxbury, the one, not the modern one, but the old-fashioned one. That's the one they went to. So they were both in that one. They fell in love. They just had this really long romance. Like they did not get engaged right away. They just tried to go through school. She graduated. He was still trying to go to school. Well, they did eventually move in together, and she became pregnant with their daughter, Kimberly. I know I spelled it weird, but I just felt like spelling it weird. I don't know. So they had their baby girl, Kimberly. They're trying to pull it together. She's trying to work her way up being an author. I'm going to tell you guys, I tried so hard to get this woman to write books. Every time I sent her to write books, she was like, nah. She would close the computer and walk away. So I was like, obviously you don't want to be a writer. I don't know why you went for that degree, but whatever. You changed your mind. No big deal. Let's go with it. And so now she's a teacher, now she's a student services officer. She worked her way up the ranks, but a teacher is what she went into being. So, and he, because they had a daughter now, just felt like, let me just give up on college. He became a chef because he was really good at cooking. He had like a level 10 cooking skill. So he just slid into that chef career. And that's what he's a celebrity chef. And she's a student services officer. They had a pretty basic relationship other than him just flunking out of school. They had 3 children. They had Kimberly. They had Lincoln. He named Lincoln after his brother who got taken away. So that's Lincoln the second. And then they just had a new little girl named Kennedy after her dad. That's right. Okay. So this is the father, and the mother named her after the dad because he turned into an elder. She's an adult, he's an elder, and he died. He died before his baby girl was born. So that's what's going on in this neck of the woods with this part of the family. These two are like long-term lovebirds, great relationship, and now he died. And now she's left raising the kids and the new little girl who she named after her husband. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is where it gets a little more juicy, you guys. This is Miss Willow. Willow is basically, she was always fascinated with magic. She was fascinated with magic, and she, as a teenager, spent a lot of time in the the Glimmerbrook and in the magic realm, and she learned and became a really strong sorcerer. So that's like where she devoted her time and energy to becoming a sorcerer. And she wanted to have a place of her own. She wanted to have like a place that was private, that she could just work on her craft, and that she can just like have, you know, money and luxury be taken care of. So what she did was she went to Vlad and she seduced him. She used one of her magical potions to get him to fall in love with her, because you know he's a hard one to win over. And she married him. And basically, as soon as she married him, she just shut everything down. She basically just told him, like, I'm not interested in you. I mean, judge her if you want to. She did something that's pretty rotten, but she basically just disconnected from him, and they got divorced, and she basically booted him out. And now she's living in his mansion, and then she met a vampire named Tyson Felton. That's a weird last name, but whatever. Whenever I create characters, sometimes I just randomize the last name, so whatever. Sometimes they have weird names. So she met Tyson Felton. He is a passionate, creative, sometimes jealous vampire, and these two are definitely in love. They're in love with each other, and they have 2 children. Their first son was Raven, and their second child was a daughter named Maris. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, my plans for this future storyline is Vlad is pissed. He is pissed off at this girl right here. And so he's cooking up some kind of revenge. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Maybe he's going to try to seduce Maris. Maybe he's going to murder Raven. I'm not Raven. I'm sorry. Felton. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Or Tyson. But either way, that's what's going on in that neck of the woods. Well, wait. If you think that's crazy, let's get into this story with poor, what's his name? Donovan. Donovan wanted to be an actor. That was his thing. He wanted to be an actor. He didn't go to university. He just went into the acting field. Well, during his acting, he met, let's go over here. See this gets crazy, right? You guys, gets crazy. While he was doing his acting, he met this woman right here. Her name is Everly Gomez. Everly was like a childhood friend. They kind of got close. You know, they were both kind of creative people. And so they met, and they were never like super duper in love, but they were just in a comfortable like friendship with benefits, you know, but they were together. They lived together. They were sharing rent because, you know, rent is expensive. So they were living together, and they were just like, you know, having a light relationship. Well. They ended up having a child. He named the child Lola Ray. I don't know. He's an actor. He wanted his daughter to have like a interesting name. So Lola Ray is his daughter. Well, let me tell you. While he was busy acting and going to work and trying to do what he had to do, Everly started getting really heavy into Strangerville, and she started to find out what was going on over there. She started to get obsessed with all the conspiracies and stuff, and she just really got like deep into it. And so she started to leave the house, and she always wanted to be in Strangerville. She was obsessed with like finding out what was going on over there and cracking the case and talking to people, and she was hanging out with that kid who has like the kiosk, and she was just like doing all this stuff over there and spending most of her time in Strangerville, leaving him to take care of his daughter. Well, she's a lazy sim. She was being really lazy around the house. She wasn't helping out. She wasn't taking care of the kid. She was basically not doing anything. So he broke up with her. He was like, you know what, let's just be single. You know, I'll take the kid, or we can share custody or whatever. Let's just be single. Well, she didn't take that too well. So she basically took the daughter and ran away to Strangerville. Now, it took him some time to get to Strangerville to get his daughter back, but that's another story. While she was in Strangerville, she met, during her like sleuthing, she met another guy in Strangerville, a Strangerville resident, and his name is Jonah Downing. These two were hanging out. She met him at the bar. They became like friends. She was kind of feeling wounded from being dumped. And so they got together, and they ended up having 2 children, Luna and Selena. Oh, Selena Gomez. That's funny. I didn't realize that when I named her. Anyway, so that's the story there of what's going on there. So basically, this girl went a little too deep into the weeds with the Strangerville stuff. She basically ran away, kidnapped this kid. He had to go and find her. Now they're slowly coming around. They're trying to share custody. But this girl was not being taken care of. And I was just letting the game play out and seeing what they do. I'm telling you right now, she did not take care of her toddler at all. Like, she didn't even care. She didn't even try. Like, she didn't make any effort to take care of the toddler one bit. So that was like an abuse that was going on, and she would like get really nasty, and she didn't even have the hates children trait. She just was like not having this kid around. So it was like the boyfriend that was taking care of them mostly. So that's going on over there. Then while he was trying to get himself together, he had an opportunity to move to, where's the LA place? Oh my God, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the one that came and got famous. I can't remember what it's called. He moved there. I always call it LA because that's what it's like. But he moved there, and he's still being an actor. And he met this girl, and her name is Pena. I don't know. She was a townie. And she is a wildlife person, whatever she is. And so they fell in love. They got married, and she is now stepmother to Lola. And they also have a child named Henry. So basically they're all living together, and they're trying to help this girl get herself back on track because she's dealt with a lot of trauma. And so there's just a lot going on with this family and stuff like that. So anyway, that is the storyline with these Sims. Hold on, this kid is upset in some way, and I just don't want, I'm like, now I'm so paranoid about kids getting taken away. I'm paranoid about it. Why is she, ooh, what's happening? Donation dilemma. Accept bribe, decline bribe. We're not gonna. So basically, that's what's going on. This is the first, Becca and Kennedy's house. And this is his eldest daughter. What is her name again? Kimberly. This is his youngest daughter, Kennedy, the second. And so I just came here because I needed to get a look at the family tree. So let me show you the family tree up close and personal if I can try to find it. I want to see if I can get everybody involved all at the same time. Let's go to... Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the best that we're going to do. That's all her kids, and that's all the grandkids. Let's see if we can do... Yeah, family trees, I wish they could do like, obviously, hold on. This guy has this girl, and then okay, maybe that's a good way. Okay, so this girl, wait, who's these? Oh, the kids just aged up. I was like, who are these kids? Okay, so then this is another situation that I thought was kind of interesting. Let me go over here. This is... I don't even know how to pronounce that girl's name. Arhi? I don't know what her name is. Anyway, she ended up marrying a woman. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh, Selena. That's where I got the name from. Okay, so I don't know why she's named Selena Gomez. That's weird. But this is Selena Gomez. This was their second nanny. So their second nanny helped raise them, the one that came in after the other one died. And I was trying to find her relationships, and she did not get along with any guys, and then she got along really well with this girl. So I said, okay, she's a lesbian. So they had a beautiful courtship relationship. They went on a honeymoon. They did all the jazz. They had a really nice big wedding, and they adopted 4 children. And they just adopted 4 children, and they were living in a house raising their 4 kids. So that might be another good storyline idea for you guys, is just adopt a bunch of kids and like raise them all together at the same time. So far, this girl, Everly, is the only one who has kids. She's the only one who has kids. That red hair is running strong in the genes, man. And then this is Raheem, this is Solomon, and this is Rhea. Is that right? Rhea? I don't know. But anyway, guys, this was a whole big crazy calamity of craziness. And I just wanted to give you guys a little a little look-see on my storyline and my Sims, and just give you guys some ideas for stories that you might be interested in. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm not doing an LP or anything because I suck at those. But let me know if this inspired you. And also let me know what storylines you have going on in your Sims games. I usually don't do like challenges and stuff. I like to just create my own storylines or let them unfold as they will. Alright guys, so I will see you in the next game. I guess in the next video, whenever I come back on. Alright guys, take care.